Or level 3, but I don't know. We last left our undead coterie, our vampires. They had spent their first night aboard the ship that's taking them to the New World. I believe it was called the Mary Skylark, with which I briefly confused the captain's name. Speaking of the captain, after settling into their quarters, the captain invited our undead coterie, our vampires, to his quarters for a private meal. A sumptuous, if not liked, dinner, including made up of salt beef, some nice steamed and buttered vegetables, and a tasty port wine that tasted like grit and sandpaper and absolute ick in the mouths of our undead kindred, all except for Benedict. Oh no, it was not Benedict, it was... which one of you guys had?
Christoph.
It was Christoph who had the taste food. Yeah, it was Christoph who could actually enjoy and appreciate the flavors. So wretched was the meal, in fact, that 8 out of 10, nice. Mr. Ben, the chef, will appreciate that. So wretched was the meal that Kemrutai could not keep it down and began choking on it. And in a moment of panic, our captain, David O'Neill, employed a rudimentary version of the Heimlich maneuver. Her undead nature covered up as mere mundane choking. The captain has moved to have a broth brought down to her quarters later by the ship's cook to make up for the missed meal. You don't want to lose your strength, and you definitely don't want to miss out on the food while it's good, he said. From there, our undead broke apart and went back to their quarters. But I believe that Evelyn, upon checking on their wayward ward, Mary, finding her room empty, decided to go looking for her.
Yes, indeed.
Francois. Also, at several points at time during the voyage so far, Francois, a random passerby, both mentioned that there was going to be a prayer service in one of the storage sections of the ship, and that I believe Christoph and Evelyn were both personally invited.
Oh.
But yes, we're going to pick up in the bowels of the ship, both in terms of its smell and location. In the aft storage, as Evelyn breaks off from the group to find Mary. Evelyn.
I believe she was with the horse, right?
Yeah, she's just quietly petting the horse. One of the two horses that was brought along. Surprisingly enough, the animal doesn't seem too spooked by her presence, as she's just sort of gently stroking at its mane, cooing a little something under her breath.
I'll just wait for her to notice me. I'm not trying to conceal my presence, but I'm not trying to spook any of the animals.
It takes a moment, and the horse itself notices you before Mary does. It begins to spook and get unsettled, and Mary just says, "Hush now, it's fine, it's fine. I know I'm a bit scary with the teeth and... Oh! Evelyn. Hello, miss. And she gets doe-eyed with you immediately. Do you need anything? Can I help you with anything?
I just wanted to check on you. We're done with the meal with the captain. There is apparently going to be a prayer service, who, apparently I have been invited, so...
Yeah,
I don't know
I think I heard Francois say something about that.
Yes. I don't know if you would want to come along. You seem content here.
Are you going to be going?
I will be making an appearance, yes.
Oh, then I'll definitely go. She beams ear to ear.
Good. How are you finding being aboard a ship? I don't know if you've ever been, or recall ever being on one before.
I don't. I really don't. I'm starting to get little flashes of memory. I remember stables. I think I grew up in a stable? No. I grew up in a place with a stable. I like horses, though. Wonder if they have horses where we're going. If not, well shit out of luck. Those are two ladies.
Horses are very useful. I'm sure people will be importing them if they're not naturally present in the New World.
That'd be good. I like horses. That's something nice to know, that you like something. It's weird. Not knowing anything, not knowing what you like. But I know 3 things that I like. I like horses, I like you a lot, and... Okay, 2 things I know for sure that I like.
What were you uncertain of whether you like?
1 second. I forgot to hit loop on that. Well, the rest of our company? Bradstow's a nice lad. Kinda handsome, but he looks at me with piteous eyes sometimes, and he doesn't things I can't tell. And Claudio, he's been telling me some interesting things, but he's got an air about him. You know? Something doesn't feel right.
He's very old. He's lived many lifetimes, longer than is normal. And lived around many of our kind.
He did
I'm
say
sure
he was
he's...
a ghoul.
Yes.
Explained what that was, too.
I'm sure he needed to be guarded as a servant of vampires.
Ghouls seem like very useful people.
Yes, that's the hope. But yes, it is good to be wary. Not everyone can be trusted to a full extent.
Well, I like Benedict and Christoph, I guess. Benedict's a little loopy, though, don't you think? After all, he spent that entire night cuddled up with a sword. And Christoph...
Remind me.
Well, I think I like Christoph, but I'm not entirely sure. I haven't had much time to spend with him. Same with Kim. Was I don't know. Is it Kim? Is it Rutai? Is it Tai? I can't feel embarrassed to ask. I only have the one name. She has 3.
I think it's a triple-barreled name.
Well, Miss Kim Rutai, she also seems nice, but she's even more skittish than the horses.
Yes. She sees a lot, and whether that sight is entirely trustworthy is, well.
See, that's the problem with the horses, too. See these big eyes on both sides. They see all around them, which means they're always afraid of something sneaking up on them. But their eyesight's shit. They can stick a snake and try to stomp it to death.
Well, there are always threats, but one needs to focus. If fear rules you, then it's not a very good survival strategy.
A lot like a horse. Because they
Horses
can run away
are...
real fast, but they're scared of
Yes.
everything, and if you back them in a corner, they're done.
Yes, horses are powerful and fast, but obviously contained where they are right now, they can only do so much. They can rear, they can kick, but at the end of the day, their main mechanism of escape is to flee, and there's nowhere to flee here. And that's a little bit like what she's facing at the moment.
You're really, really wise, Miss Bouchard. Evelyn.
I should hope I've learned a thing or two. I'm not young myself.
I was going to say you don't look it, but again, with vampires, that's a thing that's normal for us. Not looking
Yes.
it.
For most of us. Some are more obvious.
Well, I've got lots to learn, and I'm always happy to have you teach me anything.
Well, I'll do my best. I believe the service will start soon.
Oh, well, then I should probably get the horse shit off my boots.
All right. I will go to my room and meet you there.
She nods. And you return to your quarters. Is there anything else anyone would like to do in the meantime? You've got about probably a half hour before this service begins.
Would I be back by that time yet?
Kim, were you going anywhere special after you had your little incidents?
Oh yes. I'm gonna go knock at Kristoff's room.
Go ahead.
Hey, Kristoff!
Come in.
She'll stay at the door. She'll open it a little, like just enough so she can show her little face, but she won't step in. So I have a little message for you.
Message? Did the captain want something?
No, well, I'll just deliver a message. Unquote. She's gonna even try to imitate like the German the German accent. There's someone watching you, counting all the sins of your every moves. One day you'll get through your stupid brain. He has to make amends. 3 sins you will need to be atoned for. 1 for murder, 1 for abandonment, and 1 for betrayal. And then she closed the door and walked away.
Christoph is just like, when she started doing the German accent, he just raises an eyebrow, and he's just like, the fuck just happened?
She go back to her room, closed the door, and locked it.
Kristoff, after the door closes behind Kimberly's eye, and you say, "What the fuck just happened?" You have like a change of boots, right, or something like that, like any other spare clothes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, a shoe strikes you in the back of the head.
God's sakes, here too? God damn it. Seriously though, what's with her these days? It's just... it must be stress. Kristoff just goes to pick out the freaking chew and put it back in its place. To
Yep.
like, Jesus, this freaking bad luck. It's just never gonna see the end of it. Not even on a boat. Let's.
Sorry, go ahead.
Do I hear that from behind the wall?
If you're just like loitering outside of his door, sure, yeah.
Like, my wall is like right next to his room.
Give me a wits plus perception.
Wits plus perception.
Actually, no. My bad. Perception plus awareness. I just told you to do 2 attributes. That's wrong. That's 2 successes. Actually, 3. You hear it, but a little muffled. You get like you get most of it. Like he's complaining about that this is still happening, and that you're acting weird.
She's starting to get annoyed that the message came across. She went back to the room again.
It's about this time that a large amount of footfalls are heard through the ship, and in the same hallway you're in, a large amount of passengers are beginning to come down the stairs and filter back to their quarters.
I would
They're
open
not
the
like
door.
passing by
brother!
directly next to you, but like at the other set of stairs.
Yeah, she just quickly says your brother, and then she keep running back to her room.
Your
Wait,
brother.
Huh? Wait, what? Just. What?
The gentleman
And she
standing
closed the door.
There's a gentleman standing in the doorway to your suite, and he just sort of pokes his head in and says, "Is something the matter with your brother, sir?"
It's nothing. I think. At least there shouldn't be. They're certainly not around anymore.
Strange woman.
You don't know the half of it.
They just keep walking.
But is everyone on like around their quarters by this time still?
There's a few people milling about in the hallways. Not the hallway you're in, but the hallway to the other 2 passenger quarters. Each of these quarters are like the ship is split into like thirds going down the middle. The very middle is a hallway, and then on either side are a set of effectively bunks, where 10 people sleep on either side. This has 2, this has 2, and there's a hallway going right down the middle with a pair of stairs going up and down in the 2 central areas.
Oh, alrighty. I would just.
So, kind of like that.
Hmm. Well, that was
Stairs. Door.
Kristoff would definitely try to go see what the fuck was that about. To
Like that.
knock on Cam's room.
Who's that?
It's me. I got a few questions.
Do I come through at any point during this?
You probably come back upstairs from the animal storage about when Kristoff is knocking on Kem's door.
Okay. I will stop.
You can ask me from right there. What question?
How do you know about him?
I talked to him.
Wait. How? No. No? He's... Wait, is he... Is... No, no way he's on this ship.
He's not on this ship. He's right next to you all the time.
What? No, no. No, no. Just...
Can I read, Christoph?
Sure. Give me a wits and empathy. Christoph, how reserved are you trying to be here? You're trying to hide your emotions?
He was trying, but it's a bit of a shock. They're failing hard at it. And they're just disbelief.
If you're trying to hide your emotions, give me an appearance plus... Let's call this... Let's call this expression. Or performance, your call.
It's gonna be the same roll, so...
Yeah, Evelyn, you get a pretty decent read. Like, you get a general read on Kristoff's state. The confusion, the confusion.
Is this drawing anyone's attention?
Looking around, not really. The people who haven't gone back to their rooms yet are just sort of talking in the hallway in their own conversations.
Okay, I'll just stay quiet, but stay nearby.
Seriously... Fine. I'll leave you to it.
He told me everything. What exactly is your plan with us?
Did I really have to be on the hallway for this?
Well, if you try anything, I can't guarantee the safety of this ship. She slowly opened the door.
One second.
I will.
When you say you can't guarantee the safety of this ship, a couple of heads turn and look in your general direction.
Evelyn's going to raise her voice slightly and say, I think you need to lie down. You're still feeling queasy from earlier, aren't you? You're not in your right mind. Come on, let's get you to bed.
She'll open the door a little, just so she can peep outside to see who else is there. Because she heard Evelyn.
At this point, it's Evelyn and Kristoff. Although, Evelyn and Kristoff, you can see a couple of concerned rubberneckers just sort of like poking their heads a little further in the hallway, looking down your general direction, like, I heard something about the safety of the boat. What's going on? Someone's sick? What? People trying to crane their neck and see, and
you'll get used to the seasickness. Come on. Evelyn's gonna push her way in.
Yeah, she'll step back from the door.
Yeah, she's not feeling well lately, so no worries, just mind your business. Christoph will just walk into the room too.
Evelyn's gonna close the door gently and then hold up a hand to Kristoff to delay him and then turn to Kim and say,
She'll back her way towards the corner.
it's
Look
very
around for weapon.
important. It's very important that you do not cause a panic among the people of the ship. Making statements like that where others can hear you, that will lead to our death.
I'm sorry.
You need to fear that more than whatever you're focused on right now because we are vastly outnumbered. I'm very serious.
Yeah.
I need to know that you understand this.
I do. I'm sorry. It won't happen again.
Any conversations like this need to happen when no one can hear.
She nods really repeatedly.
We have residential rooms on either side of this hallway. The hallway should be considered an area where we are being observed. Do not say anything there that you would not want anyone else in the ship to hear.
Alright. We won't do it again.
All right. And please try to relax a little. I will not allow Kristoff to harm you. Now, say what you need to say. I am here to bear witness.
She look over to Kristoff and she look over to Evelyn.
You said Crystal just walked in. I imagine the door's closed right now.
Yeah, I closed it.
You said something about knowing. Like he told you. If he's really around, what he tell you exactly?
I know you stabbed your brother.
Yes, that did happen.
And that you will she's gotta try to read his mind.
Okay. Breaking out some disciplines here.
Oof.
Let me grab the rules for aspects real fast. You're going for telepathy, yeah?
Yes, telepathy.
You roll intelligence plus subterfuge. The difficulty is the subject's current willpower.
Alright, let's go. Intelligent subterfuge. Oof.
What you get here? Kristoff, what is your current willpower rating?
That would unfortunately be 4.
So that's 1, 0, 2, 3, 3 successes. Yeah, so with that, you get pretty deep into his mind. You can go, but you can get surface thoughts and get, yeah, you get his surface thoughts right now. You can hear what he's thinking at the moment, but you cannot pierce any deeper.
What are you thinking?
After all these years, I can't shake him off still. That's the surface thought that's just repeating in his head. Like, Leonard is still a thorn in my side, even after all these years, kind of thing.
He said he really loved you at some point, but you betray him.
Huh. Did he really?
He did.
'Cause that's sure as hell not how I remember it.
How exactly do you remember it then?
Well, imagine. In fact, this is a bit of a long story, so I'll just make it short. Imagine your whole life being groomed to protect someone, to serve, to help the family, specifically your dear old brother, with your want to just do your part, because just clearly out of place for them at some point, just them burning it all down out of jealousy. Yes, I did stab him, but he started it.
He said you're the one who's jealous of him.
Oh, that's self-centered prick. He never changes, does he?
What is he thinking right now? What is Kristoff thinking right now?
Exactly what he said. He's
So,
just like,
Kristoff.
go ahead, sorry.
So, Kristoff, you're saying that you attacked him in self-defense.
It was supposed to be a practice duel. Pretty routine. Of course, I happen to be the strong one out of the brothers. He was always jealous of that. Not gonna lie. He got me beat on the mines, and well, the matters of, you could say, organizational matters of but I'll delve in too much into it. It wasn't supposed to be a regular duel. He was on the ground, offered my hand, fucker tried stabbing me, and the reflex took over. By the time he just hesitates, Crystal just hesitates to say this next part, but like, by the time I realize what I have done, I already stabbed him.
Well, it was provoked. Just gonna look at camera tie.
Can I activate my Auspex and try to see the color of the spirit next to him right now?
Sure.
Yes.
Activating your Auspex is going to be perception plus empathy.
Damn.
That's 3 successes, so you get the color patterns and the main color. Okay. It's pale as ever, but there's also, but then it's how to put this? It's swirling several colors together. There's streaks of red anger in it, light green, distrustfulness, a streak of pink, and it's all wrapped in this sheen of silver.
Is this the first time you ever spoke of this?
I thought I could leave the past behind, because it's not, you know, being a kinslayer is not something that you openly want to admit, don't you? Do you?
No.
if it helps in any way, two things. It never should have come to that to begin with. And I am not a danger to the ship. That should be the least of your worries at this point.
But
Have you
what?
have you
What are you-
since had any instance where your reflexes preceded you and you could not make a decision?
At this point, after everything happened, sure as hell made sure that that was never, or at least way harder for it to ever succumb to my instincts ever again.
So you weren't going to kill us all?
Kristoff just looks at them, at Kem, like, not sure how many times I have to say this, but no. No, I'm not gonna just whisper in this time, like, I'm not gonna kill you all.
What is he thinking?
Just still, like, well, actual thoughts or feelings.
Thoughts?
You can also see his feelings at the moment.
Oh, yes. I would like to know both.
Like a mixture of, like, sorrow, like, confusion, and, like, just still taking it in, but also this mild annoyance of, like, the stuff I've done, and they still think I'm going to be stabbing them in the back, kind of thing.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. Everyone has been through a lot for the past few nights, anyways.
Is it really okay? In his head?
Well, the thought is keeping an eye, kind of thing, because it is okay, but he's gonna be keeping an eye. He is forgiving, but, like, just wary still.
Evelyn's
Yeah.
gonna look between the two of them.
Kim looked really guilty. She feels like she's done some shit. Some really unforgivable shit.
Thank you for your honesty, Kristoff. Kimmertime,
Huh?
I understand that you have messages from all around, and if there is an angry spirit, please understand that even if you believe ghosts cannot lie, they may be speaking from a place of strong emotion. It may not be so much a lie as their own truth, which may not be the only truth. But I hope that you will at least discuss with me or Benedict or whomever you feel you can trust at the time. Because we need to remain, at least in public, calm and not particularly interesting. We need to be boring to the rest of the ship.
She nods in silence, keeping her head down.
And I believe all of our purposes, at least for this journey, do align. And none of us wish to perish on this journey. So, even if you don't feel you can trust us, any of us, all of us, some of us, at least trust that we are all trying to survive. And the best way we can do that is by working together in whatever capacity we can tolerate.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I need to go to the service that's being held. Is everything settled here?
Yes. I would like to be alone.
Okay. Christoph?
Sure thing. Just, I seriously don't know how to feel about this, but can't think of it on the way. I was also invited to the service anyways.
Mary will be coming along too. All right. Good evening, Kimbertine. She will leave the room.
Kimbertine
Evening.
nod and wait until everybody leaves first.
What's the temperature of the hallway?
Cooler than normal.
Are people still staring at the door, loitering? They're just going about
At
the
this
day?
point, actually,
Night?
people are beginning to move downstairs.
Okay. I'll head down there. Oh, I'll check on Mary and then head down.
Okay, we'll close the door after they all leave.
Christoph will start heading to like the place that was indicated for the service while just rubbing his head all the way through, like all the way, clearly bothered.
Mm-hmm. So, who is going to the church service?
Evelyn, Mary, Christoph.
Benedict, are you going? The captain mentioned there will be one.
Yeah, might as well go, yeah.
Okay. Let me find something appropriate. So, a lot of you find your way into the steerage deck. It's packed. Probably beyond its, like, intended capacity by a matter of a lot. Half the damn ship's in here. Which amounts to, at this point, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Like 100 plus people. All effectively either packed in with crates of goods and whatnot, stacked upon each other. Some people using the crates and barrels as seats, as candles have been lit all around this dark, dank space that admittedly smells heavily of sea salt, sweat, and faintly of pig shit. There is this quiet reverie and a murmur over the group as everyone gathers. And, excuse me. Eventually, a gentleman enters at the head of the room. Older, wearing a long golden chain with a cross on the end of it, and a set of pastor's robes. They are a stern, bony old man with graying hair that looks like it was once brown or blonde. And they carefully open a old, well-worn book upon a crate near a candle that you can practically hear creaking as his long, bony digits unfurl it before you. He looks down upon it, takes the crucifix that dangles around his neck and kisses it, reads a few passages and murmurs to himself before taking up the book and looking at the gathered people here. Brothers and sisters of, well, God himself, I thank you all for coming here today, as this is the first of, hopefully, many services I will give upon this voyage. My name is Foster Murdoch, and as some of you more experienced gentlemen may know, voyages as such are ordeals of the body, of the mind, and of the spirit. He clutches at the crucifix around his neck. You will undergo a journey into this desert much like Christ did outside of Galilee. Although where his desert was one of sand, ours is one of endless water, so both give a total lack of sustenance. We'll be tempted, we'll push to our limits. I am aware that all of you have experienced the initial rigors of this vessel voyage. Our quarters smelling horribly of vomit and effluence is, no doubt, still clinging to your clothes. He gestures around to a couple of people who have only barely managed to clean themselves after disgorging themselves of their first meal aboard the ship or two. This is not a plea for good hygiene, of course. This is a gathering of the Spirit. For those of us blessed and in the holy light of God, to lean upon each other for support, for community, for solidarity. Because upon the dark seas we will again find temptation. We will seek relief. We will seek anything to get past the rigors where bodies will be challenging. The pain of hunger, the aches of scurvy, the reeking, wretched smell of our bodies casting off the weakness of soul and spirit. I implore you, brothers and sisters, at this time to turn to our Lord and Savior Christ, in place of the dark spirits and dark words that shall creep in your head, of the temptations of the arch nemesis, of the inner beast, of the monster, the darkness of the heart. If anyone finds themselves weak, I implore you to turn to your fellow brother and sister, for remember this night of community and communion. Please, I implore you all to join me in a short prayer for the safe journey and good winds, and the blessing of Lord Christ our God, as we set out upon the sea. And everyone bows their heads and he leads them in the Lord's Prayer. Do any of you follow along with the Lord's Prayer?
Yeah, Evelyn does.
It's relatively standard. Our Father who art in heaven, da-da-da-da-da.
Mhm.
Over in about a minute. And when I spoke of communion, brothers and sisters, I was not merely saying in a metaphorical sense. If you would all come up, I have a couple of loaves of bread and a bottle of wine. Please do not drink too deeply. I was not expecting quite so large a crowd. There's a slight chuckle as he pulls open a bottle of wine and a small chalice and begins pouring and gives communion, forms transubstantiation, and offers the body and blood of Christ. Do you participate?
Evelyn's going to allow other people to go first.
Mm-hmm.
Christoph would participate in the ceremony too.
Mm-hmm. It's a relatively straightforward ritual. You go up, he puts a tiny shred of bread on your tongue, he says it's the body of Christ, he then hands you a cup with a little splash of wine in it, this is his blood, da, 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 da. You go through it. Christoph, it's kind of stale bread and it's cheap wine. Who cares? Just whatever. Evelyn, by the time you go up, there's not but bread left. He smiles and says, "Ah, a woman of the cross, well, wonderful I heard you were here, sister. It does my whole heart a good thing to see someone else of the faithful.
Thank you for your sermon, Father.
I'm afraid we have none left of Christ's blood, but you will have his body at least, yeah?"
Yes.
He gives you a little piece of bread. It's like swallowing a pebble with twice the grit.
Yum. I love sandy pebbles.
Real fast, give me an appearance plus etiquette or expression.
Yeah, it's an etiquette. Okay. And I'll use a willpower as well.
If you use a willpower, you don't even need to roll.
Oh, okay.
You just succeed. He smiles, and after a few minutes, finishing giving what little communion he can, my brothers and sisters, I once again thank you all for being here, for sharing of what I could offer, little as it was. And again, I bid you a wonderful night. Sleep well, maintain your strengths, and ponder upon the mysteries and goodwill of God. But remember, my friends, remember the faces you saw here tonight. And remember those of you who were not here. While I will not go so far as slander and to say these people are not of God, perhaps they keep the spirits in their own way. It is important to remember whom you can rely upon. And whom, when given the chance for community and communion, took it. Who will seek each other out in times when times are hard. Of course, a great number of the people I am referring to have duties aboard the ship, but, well, such is life. Peace be with you, brothers and sisters. I suggest, well, it is such a nice thing to socialize. This portion of the ship smells pretty bad, and there's a bit of a chuckle amongst the group. And people begin dispersing pretty quickly.
I'll go with the crowd, so not having to deal with obstructing anyone or pushing through.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just kind of keeping one arm linked with Mary's with Mary's arm so that I don't lose track of her and she doesn't get swallowed up by the crowd and pooped or anything.
You manage to catch the flow of the crowd pretty easily. There are a few people who try to talk to you, chat you up a little bit. call you sister and what have you, as the Father Murdoch did call you out as a woman of the cloth, and there's no privacy in a room this tight, tightly packed. But you are mostly undisturbed as you make your way out.
Yeah, she'll acknowledge people.
There are a few people lingering still. A number of folks who want to talk to the priest, a number of people who just think this is a cozy place to talk for a minute or two. Does anyone linger?
Gustav will probably go back to his room.
I was gonna say, do I notice Benedict? But then I remember he's like at least 2 foot taller than pretty much everyone else in the room. Isn't he like 7 foot tall?
No, not 7.
Okay, 6 something.
How tall is Benedict?
I want to say just 6 foot flat.
You're still a string bean. You're tall compared to most of the people in here, so you do stick out. Not like a sore thumb, but you're like good half head taller than the other tallest person in the room.
If Evelyn notices him hanging back, she will kind of try to get out of the flow of people leaving to keep an eye on him for a minute.
Benedict, you said you were going to hang around for a little while?
Yeah, he's just going to stay around and try to just observe the surroundings, see why Evelyn is so into this religion.
Unfortunately, Evelyn, the flow of the crowd is a little too much for you to escape at the moment.
Okay.
You could give me like a, I don't know, dexterity plus... Well, it depends on how you want to break out of the crowd. You could try a more social route, go with like a charisma etiquette, or you could try to just like slide and slip your way through the throngs of people with like a dexterity, let's say, streetwise, or... No, let's call it streetwise. Or athletics, your call on that.
Probably the social route would make more sense.
Okay, this is going to determine how quickly you're able to break out of the flow.
Okay. So what should I roll?
That'll be charisma etiquette.
Charisma and etiquette. Okay.
How politely you're able to excuse me yourself through the throngs of people moving. Okay, that's going to be 3 successes. So you'll be able to get to Benedict relatively quickly. Benedict, again, as a man who stands out due to your height, Father... God damn it, names...
Murdoch?
Father Murdoch comes to, like, almost beelines to you as soon as he's done talking to someone who went up to him. I think I recognize you from your description. You are Mr. Flores? In Spanish name, correct?
Yes. Yes. How have you heard of me?
There were several men in my bunk, rough and tumble sort, said that you were a boxer?
Yes, that's correct.
Well, it does my heart good to see that you made it down here. It seems that not many of those excited about your pugilistic prowess or reputation made the son. Perhaps you could convince them to join us next week.
I could do so. It is still part of my religion, after all.
Of course, of course. Spain is a very religious place, last I went. Benedict, a glint catches your eye in the low candlelight in this now surprisingly intimate setting.
Oh
Please roll me self-control.
no. No, 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 no.
Benedict, as your eyes glance down towards the glinting, to the dancing firelight across the beautiful necklace that this man has, this relief of Christ in repose, though miniature and small, the light dancing across it reminds you of the light that danced across your beloved's eye. But that's Jesus, and Jesus loves everybody. Your beloved only loves you.
Benedict making moves on my man, jeez.
I'm losing.
And it's at this point that Father Murdoch begins asking you about, like, so where are you from? What's your experience with religion? Are you of this denomination, that denomination? Are you one of those dirty heretics? When he says that one, it's a bit in jest. Like, you get the vibe that he doesn't really take too much to the idea of religious schism. As long as everyone's really just believing in the same God, it seems fine with him. It's about this time that he begins trying to small talk and like church talk at Benedict, that you manage to slip loose of the slipstream of people going back to their beds, and trying to get away from the pig shit smell. Evelyn, that you managed to break free from that and make your way over to this conversation.
Okay, she'll walk up and not like interrupt, but like give Benedict a smile and kind of wait for a lull.
So, I hear that Spanish still Greek was the Vatican. Sister Evelyn, hello. Actually, no, you had a pseudonym, right?
Yep, Patricia or
Sister
Patricia.
Patricia, hello. I was just speaking to one of, I believe your fellow financier of this voyage.
Yes, I was happy to see your head above the crowd, Benedict. I did not expect. How did you like the sermon?
It was fine. It's part of my religion from where I was from anyway. I didn't get to learn much of it until now.
Ah. Part of the mission in this ship, I believe that your cohort here has put together, is to bring selective God to this obscure place we are heading to. So if you wish to be illuminated, he sort of gestures like, I'm an open book, and he gestures at the open book.
Thank you for the offer, Father.
It would be a good way to occupy your time.
I would offer to lend you it, but it is my own copy.
I did make provisions to have some copies in storage for the mission in the New World. I could find Benedict one, if you are so inclined.
Well, either way, I will be holding weekly services here, and we will be going over the scripture instead of asking for a, what do you say, hasty blessing or two. I would love to have both of you for such things.
I believe it will be invaluable, especially considering the trying times ahead.
Despite his rough and sharp features, his face is very much softened with the two of you here talking about, like, oh yeah, no, you should totally come and read the good book. And he just sort of nods. Big, like, look at the picture right there. Imagine the exact opposite expression. Big smile, soft, like half the eyes almost closed. He's grinning so hard. This is yeah. Excuse me. Someone is asking for over there for.
Of course. Thank you for your time.
Of course.
Thank you,
We
Father.
have so much of it in our hands. Yeah?
Hmm.
And he turns and like he only takes like 2 steps away from you, but he's engaged with a different conversation.
Evelyn's going to look up into Benedict's eyes and see if she can gauge how much crazy he's currently experiencing.
That's real hard to do. But he's not.
Does he look like he's about to grab something sharp and nuzzle it, or
He's not. He's not actively making goo goo eyes at something. If that's
good.
what you're asking.
Right.
Is there any reason you approach me, Evelyn?
Perhaps we can talk upstairs.
Okay. After you.
Make my way upstairs again. Did Mary come with me, or did she continue up with the crowd?
She continued up to the crowd once you
Okay.
slipped away. Let me just move you back to the previous map. And let me just move everyone back to where they were settled into. Big crowd. Let me just add one more person to the map. There we go. So nothing keeps you all from making your way back upstairs.
Okay. Evelyn will suggest the spare room to talk.
You find, when you get upstairs, by the way, you find, well, at this point, it was probably like almost, like a, it wouldn't have been a midnight mass. It was only like, at that point, 10 o'clock in the evening. But at this point, most people seem to be filtering back into their rooms. The hallway is largely empty, save 1 or 2 people having a chat, or the occasional patrol of one of the crewmen going to check on something.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Assuming Benedict follows.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Evelyn will close the door and turn to him and say, "How are you feeling?"
I'm doing fine. Why do you ask?
Well, do you recall back at the church?
What about it?
A certain weapon, a sword.
Yes, we have that stored somewhere in the ship.
Yes, it's safe. Do you recall when you first laid eyes upon it?
That was when I was attacked by the captain of the guard. The monster hunter.
Yes. Well, when you were fixated upon it in the church.
Fixated upon it.
Yeah, Benedict, you don't know what she's
What do you
talking
mean?
about.
Yeah. What do you mean by fixated upon it?
I'm not sure how else to describe it. It was as if you were enchanted by it. It had some possession of you.
Hmm. Well, it is a pretty sword, I guess, but I didn't like it that much. What are you trying to get to here?
I'm not entirely sure. But I know that at the time you were not reasonable. You were not
Reasonable.
willing to part with the weapon for even a moment. And you were treating it as though it was not merely a weapon. It was concerning. So,
I see. Sorry, I have no recollection of liking a weapon that much, but please, if I start making. If I start making eye contact with the weapon again, please warn me, I guess.
I slapped you. It did nothing.
You remember Evelyn slapping you, but that's when your beloved was around. It's actually
Yeah,
kind
you
of
did
funny. You thought she
slap
was
me.
jealous.
Yeah, I remember that you slapped me.
I was trying to bring you back to the present from where the fixation had taken you over. It seemed to do nothing.
Fixation. Now, are you talking about the weapon
Yes.
or my beloved? Now be honest here. My beloved. She was right there.
In the
She was the one that I
church?
was looking at. Yes.
Kimmer Tai?
No, no, not her. Elizabeth.
Mary?
No, not Mary. Not
She's
Mary.
looking a little bit horrified that you're thinking about Mary that way.
Elizabeth. She was right there. I went back to the church with her. Don't you remember that?
You had no one with you. Merely the clothing on your back and that man's sword.
Oh,
Hmm.
you know what must have happened, Christoph? Oh, no, not Christoph. Benedict. You know what must have happened? You were
Mm-hmm.
so relieved to have finally seen. Uh, 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 I was just looking at the name.
Elizabeth?
Elizabeth again. That
Uh-huh.
you must have completely forgotten to introduce her. Oh, it's
Oh,
embarrassing.
right. I'm so sorry. She's just so small in stature that you must have not noticed her. She's Elizabeth, my beloved. I don't think I formally introduced her to everyone. I just immediately brought her back to the basement. Don't worry, the next time I'll see her, I'll introduce her to everyone properly.
I'm quite certain you could not have smuggled an entire woman past me.
Benedict is starting to get the idea that maybe she's jealous. I see. Yeah, you would notice if there were women around me, huh?
In our
Don't you worry
sanctuary,
about it.
in our sanctuary where we're trying to stay hidden, yes, I would.
Well, don't you worry about it. I'll try to introduce her to you next time, and maybe we'll reach an understanding.
You're telling me she's aboard this ship?
No, but I am very sure that we'll see each other again.
She's coming to the New World?
I wouldn't know. I was just reassured by Kemru Tai one time that we will see each other again. And I trust her.
Are you feeling well?
Yes?
Are you feverish at all?
He puts a
No,
hand on his
You're
forehead.
not making sense, Benedict.
I don't know. I just have faith, okay?
Well,
It'll
who
all
am I
work
to
out.
argue with faith?
Exactly.
But please don't hug any more swords.
I'll do my best, I guess. I still have no recollection of that, but stop me if I do. Now, are we done here?
I'll do what I can. Yes, you may go.
He nods and leaves the room.
Moving back in time a little bit. While everyone was downstairs at the sermon, Kemertai, you hear a knocking at your door.
Who is that?
Got a little soup for ya.
Oh, she opens the door.
You see... Oh, hold on. I need to switch windows. You see this gentleman. Scar over one eye that is gone milky white. Short cut beard that still manages to cover his jaw in gray. They are currently missing a leg that has been replaced with a wooden stump from the about shin down. And they are holding a wooden bowl with a wooden spoon with a thick broth with bits of chopped up vegetable in it.
Thank you. She'll reach to take the soup from him.
You're welcome. I'm sorry my food was not to your standards. Hopefully this you can keep it down better.
Oh no, that is not the case at all. I believe the food was great, but I just feel really sick. It's been a while since I last traveled on ship.
Let's come and sit you. You seem to have gotten your bearings. Not too bad from what I'm seeing. You stand up fine. You're
Yes,
from the
Balan
Orient,
is
are you
fine.
not?
Yes, but that was long ago that I traveled here.
You don't sound it, but who am I to judge? I'm Mr. Benoit, by the way. I'm the cook.
Have you been there? At the
To
east?
the Orient? No.
Oh,
My boats always go west, not east.
I see. Wouldn't you want to visit one day?
And she sort of shrugs. My adventurous days are a bit behind me. He takes a stomp and sort of like jerks his head with the side of his head with the dead eye towards the stump leg.
So you are still kicking, are you not? You hear
Is
a
that
big
a
smile
joke
like,
about my lack of a foot?
No! She sighed deeply.
He smiles. I am how you say fucking with you. I
I know that
understand
one.
you are from the Orient. English is not your first language. Mine is French.
Oh, I'm glad finally someone understand me. Just
Do not get
Yes.
me wrong, man. I cannot understand half of the shit coming out your mouth. But I understand being a stranger in a strange place.
she beam up. Really big smile. Thank you again. It is so nice to finally meet someone who is in the same boat. Oh wait, not
Yeah,
again.
no, you walked right into that one too. And sort of gestures around like, bitch, we're all on the same ship.
Well, I will eat now. You have a really great night.
Sleep better. All that. Good night. And he
Good night.
begins slowly hobbling his way back up the stairs.
She'll wait till the hallway is clear. Is the hallway clear yet?
Oh yeah, about the time. It takes about 10 minutes or so. The guy moves slowly, but there's also some other people around.
She'll skeet over to Francois's room.
You open you knock on the door. There's no answer. About 10-15 minutes later, there's a ton of people coming up, and if you poke your head out, you do see Francois among them.
She will turn against the wall, try to hide a bowl of soup in her head. Wait until everybody else pass her.
It's getting about another 10 minutes or so. But eventually the hallway does empty out. The only people there at this point are Evelyn and Benedict having a conversation.
Francois, open the door.
Oui. What do you need?
She'll pass him the soup. I can't eat this. I think it's better if you have it.
Yeah, best not to let it go to waste.
Just give me the bowl later, okay?
Vampires could eat.
Oh. I don't know. He seemed to have a lot of good time eating. Just him though. It was horrible. It was painful. But here, when you're done, just give me the bowl, okay?
Oh, that's thank you. Close the door and
she skeet back to her room.
About 5 minutes later, you hear a knock on your door, and he hands you a bowl that is currently empty.
Thank you. She take the bowl. Hope you enjoy it.
And then it was some thin broth with some vegetables in it. It wasn't bad. It was not much, but yeah.
Can I give you my share every day?
I would not mind eating better than everyone else, no?
Okay, that's good to hear.
He nods, just goes back to his room.
Good night. And she closed the door.
Right. Is there anything else anyone would like to get up to this evening?
I would like to ask the stars for guidance.
You'd like to ask the stars for guidance. Okay.
Yes.
So about in the middle of the night, you head up to the deck of the ship. There are a few people out and about, some sailors off towards the aft end of the ship, some marines patrolling around, lanterns out, just sort of trying to stay awake.
Yes, with her chalkboard, she's just gonna look up and just write a bunch of stuff. What the stars say about
Question.
our future.
Did you want to find a little more secluded place to do this, or are you just fine going up to the foredeck?
She can actually do this in her room. It's on the board.
Oh, you don't need to actually look at the stars for this.
Nope. It's all math.
Oh, well, yeah, no, true. Yeah, no, so, consulting the stars. I believe that's a...
I have a macro.
You made a macro for this. Okay.
Yes.
That's 1, 0, 1 success. What are you trying to find out? What guidance are you looking for from the stars?
Just what am I supposed to do now? What's ahead of me?
What's ahead of you is turmoil, paranoia, danger. Caution. Caution is something you must exercise. That's what you get from the stars with that rule. That you must be cautious, as ahead of you there is danger and paranoia.
I'll quickly run to Evelyn. Evelyn.
And I'll answer the door. Yes?
Her chalkboard's still with her. Wait, can I come in?
Yes. She'll let her in and close the door.
She walks in and then show Evelyn the board. This is what I see. So, and then she explained the energy and the star that aligns in a really scary way, and then turmoil is coming. Bad thing is coming. We have to be very cautious. It is really dangerous situation that we're in right now.
Evelyn's gonna kind of look at her for a moment and then say, "You're advising me to be more cautious."
No, the star said something bad is going to happen.
Yes.
I mean, it is deemed to happen.
Yes.
Turmoil is deemed to happen.
Of course.
There's no avoiding it.
Yes.
Wait, you know already?
I expect everything that can go wrong will go wrong.
Ah. Should we warn the other about this?
We have no specifics. Unless you have something that the stars have told you more precise than merely we are surrounded by danger.
I can look around. I can look for the sign. Should I do that?
If it will bring you ease.
Okay, I will search for the sign.
Very well.
And she just walk out like ta 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 ta, and then she start like walking around looking for the sign. She's fixated.
Okay.
Lord, give me strength.
Just gonna say, you end up spending the rest of the night looking for these signs.
Yes.
That's it. I am going to advance time forward. And I have a question.
Evelyn will do a little bit of she'll check on her herd and also do some training with Mary for the rest of the night.
Okay.
I do have a thing called occur ability. I can actually see sign though. Can I use that?
That's what I've been doing when you asked me about the stars.
Oh no, that's that. Oh, okay then.
I've been treating those roles as that. So you check on your herd. They're fine. You actually saw most of them at the sermon. As you saw all of them at the sermon. They're settling in fine.
Cool. Make sure they have religious things to study during the day.
Coolio. So, a week goes by. Mark off 7 points of blood.
Oof.
Your willpower will be refilled. But I have a question for you all.
Hmm.
A week has gone by. That's 7 nights of waking up and getting hungrier, getting hungrier, and getting hungrier. How are you supporting yourselves? How are you feeding?
Well, Evelyn has her herd, and she would help Mary. Mostly she's focused on making sure Mary's hunger isn't becoming overpowering before she's concerned about her own. So I'm assuming that Mary can't wait as long as Evelyn can, and once it gets to the point where Mary's like, yeah, I don't know if I can wait any longer, then she will. I don't know. Can I have Mary feed off of someone from the herd, or should I have her use an animal?
You can have Mary feed on your herd, but
Okay.
it's going to mean less people for you to feed on.
Yeah.
Also, for
I
that matter, is this a feed every night sort of thing, or feed on several people in one night?
Like a one-time thing, yeah.
Hmm.
And it wouldn't be to get her completely filled up. It would just be like a top-up.
Mm-hmm.
Because the trouble with, I mean, I guess maybe it makes more sense just to have her have a pig. Because a pig has like, what, 3 blood points?
A pig has about 3 blood, yes.
Okay.
How many
I
pigs do
guess-
we have?
You have 60.
Ooh, if Mary go to feed on pig, I'll join her.
I think the plan with the pigs was to. I mean, we're hoping that they can survive, but they may not after being drained. Like, if you take 3 points from a pig, then it's dead, right? It's not gonna survive
If
that.
you take 3 points of blood from a pig, you have sucked all of the blood out of that pig.
Okay.
The thing with animal blood is you need more of it to sustain yourselves.
Okay.
Because it's not as good as human blood. So even if there's
Okay.
more blood in a pig's body, that blood ultimately only amounts to 3 total for your pool.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So I guess I'll have Mary. I'm trying to remember what I did for the calculations. I think I was banking on being able to feed on pigs multiple times. Because it's like they replenish after a week, right?
Yeah.
Any pig that looks like it's gonna die anyway?
No, the first week the pigs are healthy.
I'm sorry, pig.
Bye bye.
Well, so I'm trying to think of a way to have it so that it's not suspicious that, like, we give the kitchen a exsanguinated pig. It could be hurt.
Well, in addition to there being animals on board, there are over 100 human beings.
Mm-hmm. Something on a ship that's pretty packed. Interesting. I guess
Also-
while the pigs are healthy, I'll try getting Mary to feed off 3 different pigs and see how they survive.
Okay, so for the week.
Take 1 point worth of each.
Mm-hmm. So you have Mary feed on No, it's okay. I dang it. I cast a spell by mistake. I took it for that. That was a lot. So, she was topped off before we left. And it's 7 days, so she goes down to that much. And then you have her try and take 1 blood point from each pig.
Yep, from 3 pigs.
Mm-hmm.
In the hopes they'll
Right.
survive.
Un momento, por favor, as I roll for 3 pigs.
Oh boy.
That pig's alive. That pig's alive. And that pig's alive. Okay.
Good job, Mary.
So, the 3 pigs that Mary fed off of, give me an animal kin and intelligence.
From me?
Well, if you're trying to track how healthy they are, yes.
Okay. Animal kin. I don't think I have any points in that. Nope. Okay. Intelligence. So that would be. Dun-dun.
By the way, it takes a whole month for blood to refill.
A month. Okay.
Evelyn, it's a pig. You're not, like... 10 minutes after she's done feeding on them, you forget which ones she fed on.
God damn it.
They all look the same.
Yeah. Would she allow Kim to just stand and study when you're doing that?
Study Mary?
Yeah, how you're feeding from the pig.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, after Mary noms on 3 pigs, she's paused for a minute and says, doesn't taste anywhere near as good. It's like when I was eating the rats again. The
Yes,
weirdest thing
unfortunately.
The weirdest thing is about it, though, is you drink and you drink and you drink, and you don't get any fuller. Until you've... Well, the poor thing looks so woozy.
It takes more, yes. Kemutai, if you're studying this, you can also roll a intelligence plus animal kin.
I only have intelligence.
You can still roll it, it's just it's not gonna be easy. So you gather that you could only really safely take 1 blood point from each pig before, you know, they're as good as dead anyway. Because after Mary has gotten her, air quotes, fill from this, I mean, the pigs look like shit. They're not dead, and you come back over the course of the week and check on them, and they're still not dead, but... I mean, they don't look good.
We need some way of marking them. Maybe, like, make a scratch on one of their ears or something.
I have shock.
I just don't... Scratching them will potentially cause infection, though.
I mean, if... Kemutai, if you look closely, they do now have bite marks on them.
Didn't you close them?
Scars, my dear.
Oh, okay.
Well, I guess I gotta feed on a lot of pigs.
Kemutai, you will be attempting to sate your hunger purely on pork.
Yes.
How many pigs are you going to drink from? And how much blood are you going to drink?
I'm gonna need 8 points of blood tonight. So 8 pigs and just 1 blood point each.
Mm-hmm.
You're only getting back to...
8 pigs.
You're only getting back to 15, right? Or your max?
Yeah. I need 8 and then I'll be max 15.
Okay.
Okay. Let me just do this then. I'll... Y'all get sealable this time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And here we go. That's 1 dead pig.
No. No.
2 dead pigs. 3 dead pigs.
Oh my god.
Yeah, 3 pigs
If she,
die.
if she kills a pig, can she just like drink the rest of the blood from it, so it doesn't waste?
You can, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. They will save like
actually,
the other pig.
The thing is, the pigs don't die immediately, they die over the course of the week.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So... Yeah, you have 3
Yeah,
dead
yeah.
pigs.
I don't think that's the way to go.
She'll come and tell Evelyn about it though. I went to check and I think some of the pigs are dying. I mark it with my chalk though.
I mean, you can't tell that they're dying until they're dead, right?
Oh no, they look weak the entire time.
Oh, okay.
It's
Yeah.
just that by the time the week is out, they have expired.
So the ones that still look like they're not doing well the next few days, then may as well just finish them off and get them to the kitchen for meat. I don't know a subtle way of doing that, but I'm sure there is one.
I mean, how would you like to talk to the chef to get him to accept these pigs?
I guess just like make out that it's a planned thing, that we have X many pigs in X many weeks, and they won't all stay healthy the entire trip. So here's one for 1, 2, 3 over the course of the week for the kitchen to work into the dishes.
So you speak to Mr. Renoir, and you bring this up, and he looks at you and says, "That seems like an incredible waste of pigs. I mean, everyone's going to be eating bacon and ham and pork the entire week. A single pig could feed the entire boat for a day. And you want to kill 3 of them.
Well, they're looking weak. You could wait until they pass, but
It's at points to me to probably go bad.
exactly. We don't have ideal conditions to keep them in. If we can cure some of the meat and keep it for later weeks, that would be ideal.
Sister, you say your swine. I don't want to tell you how to manage your swine, but this seems like you're mismanaging your swine.
Not me fucking mismanaging my swine, it's other people, but... yeah, I don't know.
I'll do what
I mean,
can.
I'm not... just to clarify out of character, I'm not saying, hey, kill 3 pigs. I'm saying, oh, this pig looks like it's on the verge of dying. Here, slaughter it. And then, oh, look, this other pig.
So, you want to convince him that this is fine, right?
I mean,
Or do you just want him to just accept that on the surface and do it anyway?
I'm just clarifying that I'm not coming to him and being like, here's 3 pigs. I'm saying, this pig looks weak. I think we should slaughter it before it dies and the meat goes bad so we can actually use it.
Okay.
And then if he seems like, kind of like, then she won't bring any more that week. She'll just let the other 2 die.
I'm gonna roll his medicine.
Okay.
Just to see how much he knows about, like, slaughtering a sick animal and eating it. I mean...
Do we have any butchers on board?
They don't look sick, do they?
just weak. I don't think the conditions are suiting them.
We'll have to keep an eye on them. If a lot of them start showing these sort of effects, there might be some disease among the herd. We might have to kill a lot of them.
Keep an eye on it.
So, not every pig on the ship ends up dying.
I understand.
Still, I'll check their guts for any sort of discoloration or whatever when I slaughter them. Yeah, I'll do it again. I hope you like pork.
Well, there isn't a lot of choice.
And three trotters get brought up to the top deck and slaughtered. The humans eat great, although it's a little fatty of a diet. Still eat good. Now, feeding though for the rest of you, unless you would also like to nom on hog.
Well, then we'll,
Benedict, you have a herd.
Yeah.
It is about a week for each human being in the herd to recover a point of blood. Actually, no, it's a month. Let me double check. So there's stuff about that in the book.
I think it was a week, because I think that's the calculation I used, you said before.
But yeah, will you just eat from among your herd? How are you feeding yourself?
Yeah, I'll just take from the herd.
Okay. You can take up to 3 blood points from each human before any sort of danger happens.
I'll just take... Over the course of the week, I'll take 2 from each, since I think I have 3, right, in my herd.
Let's check your character sheet.
Does it take a week or a month to replenish?
I'm double checking right now.
Okay.
Oh yeah, it's 3.
Yeah. So you can take 2 from each.
Yeah, I'll just take 2 from each.
I'm just trying to find the rules on feeding here. Sorry about this. Then you belong to from a vessel each turn. I'm just gonna do a quick Google on this in a set when we have our break, which is about now actually. So I'm gonna throw us over to the break. I'm gonna do a quick little Google search here and make a solid ruling and write it down in my notes to be double 100% triple sure. And we'll be back in like 10-15 minutes. We wait. We can still find out how one of our vampires is getting their meals.
Back.
Oh, okay, good,
Yep.
perfect timing.
Just in time.
So, we have found out how Evelyn is feeding. We have found out how Mary is feeding. We found out how Kemrutai is feeding. Kristoff, How are you getting your blood?
So throughout the week, once the they would just try just wander around, getting a feeling on the ship, and see if there's any stragglers, like
So,
someone who's isolated, you know.
okay, yeah, go ahead and give. So you're gonna find people that were singled out and act on them. Give me a perception plus. I'm gonna say awareness. That's one success. Okay. So, you managed to find, generally, that the Marines who patrol at night tend to get spaced out a fair amount. There's only usually one, maybe two tops, ever in the same part of the ship at the same time.
And
But
as
they are
far
on
as
high
the
alert the entire time.
as they would, and as far as the passengers, throughout the, I get that there's no. Sounds like there's no stragglers as far as the passenger goes, but like, do all of them are on shared rooms right now?
Yes.
Like, there's no.
Each passenger is currently staying in a room that has 10 other people in them. 9.
Another people. Fuck.
Yeah, there's 10 people to a bunk. Like a bunk room. I mean, it gets plenty quiet during the middle of the night. You can't stay awake until they've been asleep for hours.
Would be
during,
the.
during the first week, the behavioral pattern you see is mostly just the Marines who get separated and isolated.
I would take my chances with the passengers instead.
Okay.
Just sneak into a bunk bed once really late into the night, when everyone seems to be.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me a dexterity plus subterfuge to see how well you can creep into the night and how well you can bite next without anyone noticing.
And remember, you can use willpower.
Really shouldn't be neither, but let's do one, just cause that sentence just reminded me of my luck. Thank you.
Yeah.
It would be a real shame if were discovered.
Yeah,
First week too, Jesus.
slightly.
So
Yep.
you spent a point of willpower. That's 2 successes. Yeah, you can manage to successfully for that week bite 2 necks. You can safely drink 3 points of blood from each person.
Oh, don't even have to roll. Alright.
Oh, you hadn't rolled yet. My bad. I saw the last result there from your perception.
It's a lot of the high. I keep forgetting. You said the stealth, right?
Yep. Each success here is another moral you can drink from. Oh! Okay, you can.
Damn.
You are quiet enough that you can drink from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 for the point of willpower mortals without alerting anyone.
I mean, 1 for each, done.
Dang.
Might as well top up.
Okay, So I need to make 7 rolls.
In terms of risk of death, is it like increased risk the more you drink, or is it just like
Increased. So that's a great question. For the animals, I effectively roll how much blood they have left, and if they fail, they die. For the mortals, I'm going to be rolling how much blood they have left, and if they fail, they get sick.
okay?
Well,
So you're rolling
not,
how much they have left minus whatever was taken.
so I'm not rolling the full blood pool because they're basically guaranteed never to get sick if that happens. But I'm rolling 5d. If you only take 1 point of blood out of someone, I'm rolling 5d10. I'm taking half their
And
blood
if you
pool.
take 2, then you roll.
If you take 2, if you take 2, I'm still rolling 5d10. If you take 3, I'm rolling 4d10.
Okay.
I'm effectively having their blood pool rounding up and then rolling that because.
So there's really no point in drinking from 8 people. You want to take 2 points from as many as it takes to fill you up, because otherwise you're risking more lives.
Little
True.
bit. Little bit.
Yeah, that's the point there. Let's just. So there's 2. We're missing 8 points because first night.
Okay.
So you just need to drink from 4 people.
4 people, yeah.
Yep. Right, and you both, and Evelyn, you and Benedict, you both drank from your herd, so you didn't need to make a hunting roll. So this is going to be.
Oh.
I'm just going to go down the list here. Evelyn, you drank from 4 people from your herd.
I mean, I only have 10, and that takes them a month to refill. So I don't even think I want to try and get back to full.
Okay, how many do you drink from?
I'll take 2 points from 2 of them, so I'll get 4 points back.
Okay. So here we go. Oh. Evelyn, a member of your herd gets sick.
Ah, shit.
So real fast, it's going to go from 10 to 9 healthy people and 1 sick person.
Is there any, like, doctor on board or anything I can get them care from?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Also, they're eating well, so they're going to do... The roll's going to be easier on them to recover. And... Benedict, you drank from all 3 members of your herd, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yep. Yeah, 1 member of your herd is sick. That's such a bad roll, I feel like they should be dead. But I'm just gonna say they're sick.
Thanks.
I'm gonna move the sick herd member into the spare room.
Okay. Well, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You have 3 spare rooms in the better quarters in case you wish to move more people there.
Okay.
Christoph, you drank from 3 people as well, right? How many people did you drink from actually?
4.
4? Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. And here we go. Oh!
Because of fucking course. There it is. There it is.
1 person gets sick. Just 1 person gets sick.
Just 1.
Just 1.
Yeah, there you go.
It's a small epidemic, but it's still happening. So in the first week, 3 people get sick on the ship, and 3 pigs die. Okay. Lucky you have 3 spare rooms. So, you direct the 3 people who've been sick, who've become sick over the initial week of the voyage, to the 3 spare rooms. And as that occurs, as the voyage gets underway, you meet a new person who is in your hallway checking on the various your victims. I'm just going to come out and say it. A older gentleman, balding, wearing a leather smock and faded fine clothes. Well, a fine shirt at the very least. They carry a set of doctor's tools on the hip in a bag, as well as a number of rags and They have a crewman run up a basin of water. This grumpy fellow stomps his way down to your set of quarters and begins going door to door, checking on the ill patients of the ship. He's not making any secret of what he's doing as he goes about his work. Do any of you try to engage this man in conversation, spy on him, see what's up?
Evelyn would definitely be there for when he's treating her herd member, if it's at night.
It's in the evening. He comes down, sees you. You're that nun.
Yes, my name is Sister Patrizia.
Awful charitable of you, ma'am, giving up these nice rooms to the sick. Guess you should expect it from a priest.
Well, this patient in particular is a member of my congregation. They have committed themselves to come to the New World to spread the word of God.
A very important task, I'm sure.
I appreciate any help that you can give, any aid.
Well, let's see what's wrong with them. Surprised that they've had such bad symptoms this early in. Mostly it's just vomiting. Lots and lots of vomiting. He looks them over. It's a good thing you've been so generous with the pigs. They look anemic. Probably haven't been able to hold down as much food. Have you been vomiting, sir? About everything you put down? They look over at you, Evelyn, and look at the doctor.
Yes, unfortunately, I think you have been having difficulty with your stomach, haven't you?
Yes, I'm very weak. I haven't been able to keep anything down at all. Makes all too much sense. Happens all the time. You must not have been eating well back in London either. Double rations for this one.
I'll see it's done.
That's my job, ma'am. If you'll allow
I will ensure it is. I'll give of my own plate if necessary.
No. Don't want to see one of the financiers of this voyage getting sick.
I've been feeling quite well. The camaraderie of the congregation has helped a lot.
Correct.
Though I'm not used to ship travel.
Well, once you're done with the purging, it gets a lot easier.
That's good.
Shuffles
It's
over to
reassuring.
this room, opens the door, looks at the paper. Interesting. Tell me, have you been to a surgeon the last month or so? No, why? I assume that you're following the guy.
Yeah.
Your humors are, very odd. It's like you've been bled. Bled? Scourged, leeched. Tried to have someone rebalance your inner workings. No, sir.
Could vomiting cause a tear in the stomach, perhaps?
No, that would be a discoloration around the belly from the internal blood and the leaking.
Hmm.
Well, if he's anemic, which is one of the main problems, extra rations, I'd say. And stay away from anything pointy. Okay. Are you going to follow me my entire set of rounds, ma'am?
Well, do you need some space?
These rooms are tiny, yes.
Then I will
If
see
you wish
myself
to
out.
hover in the hallway.
Very well.
You. Have you been to a doctor in the last month? No, actually, I'll roll the die here. No, sir, I haven't. Curious. Well, try to stomach down more food than you normally do. We'll send some extras down here for you. There were more. And he just starts walking out, muttering some stuff to himself.
DM, when he's walking out, I'm gonna read his mind.
You may attempt so, yes. The difficulty is going to be 4.
Thank you, Doctor. Bless you.
Are able to get his surface thoughts. Sort of echoey as you peer into his mind. We should check if they were all in the same cabin. Might be some sort of blood sickness. Weakness around the eyes, shortness of breath, could be in the lungs. They all seem anemic.
What about his aura?
His aura? Go ahead and roll me for your prospects. Well, there we go. That's -1, 0, 1, 0. No successes.
Rip.
You're having trouble getting a read on his aura. You get his surface thoughts. He's mostly going over the symptoms in his head and seeing what lines up with his humoral diagnoses, and he's mostly suspecting that it's something wrong with the blood. That they look like they've been bled recently. Like someone's trying to rebalance their humors with leeches or an exsanguination.
After he goes away, she's gonna approach Evelyn. Evelyn.
Yes?
He's getting suspicious.
Suspicious of what?
She's gonna lean in closer like a whisper. He thinks some sort of blood disease.
Well, hopefully he doesn't think any further of it. We must be careful.
After a little while, actually, another person comes around. poking their nose in. A young woman. Decent clothes. Mostly of tans and greens. Wearing a hat. Piercing green eyes, bit of a big nose. Actually, no, piercing blue eyes, bit of a big nose. Excuse me. I'm curious about the state of, the sick.
They are being cared for? Do you know them personally?
No, just, you know.
What's she thinking?
You can try to read their mind if you like.
Yes.
The difficulty is you've succeeded. Don't trust that quack for a mile. Know nothing about the workings of the body. Probably suggested to cut him open and wriggle around his fingers in them. That's what you think.
Evelyn's sort of waiting for... She's going to say anything further.
It's just that, where I'm from, my mother was a midwife, herbalist. Matters of, the common health is something I have particular interest in. Especially if I'm going to be stuck on a boat with these people for so long. And I know some tinctures and what have you myself, passed down generation to generation.
Well, at this stage it seems to be an appetite issue. But if you have any suggestions for remedies that might improve their ability to keep food down or increase their appetite,
Oh, plenty of things for that.
maybe worth administering, yes.
Mind if I take a little peek-see, though?
Yes.
Where are my manners, actually? Going off and running my mouth and you have no idea who I am. This is the one, by the way. She, extends a hand. Name's Lisa Gibbs.
How do you spell the name?
It's Lila Gibbs, actually. Lailagibbs. I'll type it out in the Roll20 chat.
I'm grateful to meet you, Miss Gibbs. I am Sister Patrizia. Or Patricia, if you prefer.
Well, Patty, it's my pleasure.
And she'll show her to the member of her herd first.
I should look them over. Looks them up and down. It looks like it could be appetite related. Your breath don't smell like puke much, though.
I think perhaps relocating to this room where there's fewer odors and some privacy may have been beginning to help.
That or my nose come desensitized to it. Awful lot of it.
Oh, I mean, I think he's keeping food down a little better now.
Well, if the doctors ordered you to just stuff your craw, I'd say stuffing your craw wouldn't do you any worse. If you're having trouble keeping it down, there's a simple thing I could brew with some leaves I have.
Perhaps that would be good to have on hand.
She'll nod. Let, let me know if he has any trouble. I'll brew it up something nice.
Thank you, Miss Gibbs.
And she'll intrude upon everyone else.
Evelyn will just hang in the hallway.
Odd. Same as the other guy. Same as the other guy, she just shrugs.
Suppose many have been becoming accustomed to life at sea.
Well, those two certainly haven't. This bloke. What's this? She looks at his neck. Someone bit this fella.
I beg your pardon?
Right here. Tooth marks.
Evelyn's
his
gonna,
neck.
like, kind of cover her mouth with the back of her hand and kind of look away and say, I'm certain that I myself would know nothing about such perversions. Kind of making out that it's a sex thing, and she's scandalized.
Oh, of course, your sister. Actually, real fast. Roll me manipulation plus, let's call it subterfuge.
Can do. And I'll use a willpower too.
Sure thing. Let's say this is a member of Benedict's herd, by the by, just for the sake of going down the list in reverse order. She looks at the gentleman. He looks at her.
One of his groupies.
She blushes a bit. And I'm gonna roll her stats real fast. You got 3 successes there? Oh, you sick dog. That? A man's mouth is filthy! Or so's a woman's, and you shouldn't be doing that. God knows what's getting in you with that sort of nonsense.
Yeah, Evelyn's just gonna, like, turn around. Like, totally scandalized.
You're lucky it's not infected. Whatever it is you're doing, don't do it again. Or you'll probably be bloated and die and we'll throw you overboard. Got no salves for that kind of perversion. She straightens herself out and exits the room. With all the priests on board, this would be a good Christian boat.
Well, we are none of us without sin, but I shall pray for him.
Oh, should I not have thrown that rock then? Metaphorically.
I understand. It is quite the shock.
Boys.
Perhaps say some Hail Marys.
Sure, whatever. But I'm gonna go back to my quarters. If these other two need that tea, I'll be just down the hall.
Sorry you broke up there.
And she's walking out. I'm gonna read her mind again. What you thinking, lady?
May attempt to. Oh, no, you already were.
Yeah.
Could have sworn. Idiot probably caught in his play too much. Probably bled all over the place. Then again, it was closed. Whatever these daft idiots are into.
Evelyn's just gonna add before she goes. Of course, I can trust you to be discreet. We should not spread rumors about the shame of another.
She looks over at you, Evelyn. Suppose not, but I will be keeping an eye on the door to the lady's bunk.
Yes, that is wise. I will speak to him. Perhaps one of my male acquaintances can assist. She's looking kind of like flustered still, like just uncomfortable.
She turns and starts heading back. Kemrutai says, "Oh God, these Catholics. I mean, it's a little flustering, and he's an idiot, but people fuck, lady. God."
Cam's gonna look away. Oh no, I don't hear anything.
Let me just move some tokens around. Right. So that happened. And over the next couple of days, those who were sick get their advised treatment of extra rations, basically. Your
Extra rations and not being subjected to other people's smells.
basically, and they're able to keep extra food down, and yeah, I will make some rolls for them. Well, I'll make some rolls with them in the next week. Is there anything anyone would like to do in the meantime? You see Mr. Benoit coming down with the extra food. Father Murdoch is having one of his prayer services. The captain has a standing invitation for you all to join him for his dinner. Dr. Marymont will occasionally come down and check up on these people.
I'll look for a sign if anybody's acting weird, suspicious. Actually, I can read their aura. Yeah, I'll use the I'll just scan the ship, read their aura. If anybody's like got sussy aura, I'll read their mind.
Okay.
Is anyone else having trouble with the call? It's breaking up for me a bit. I don't know if it's on my end. I should drop and come back.
I can hear you perfectly.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
Right
very
back.
well for me. Okay. Hi.
Okay, I'm back.
I'm back.
Any better?
Seems okay for now.
Okay.
Okay.
Good. Kem, you wanted to sort of scan the ship with your auspex.
Yes.
Read people's
Read the aura
minds.
first. Yes. If anybody got sussy aura, I read their mind.
So I'm like basically what I'm going to be asking here is what you're going to be up to for the next week, more or less. And you're going to be going up and down the ship trying to read people's auras. Okay.
Yes.
I'm going to assume you're successful enough to get your auspex on regularly. Give me a perception plus investigation.
Oh, never mind. Investigation.
Yeah. If this is what you're doing for basically the whole week.
Oh, okay. Investigation. I don't have investigation. So silly. 5.
Okay, so go ahead and roll that. Okay. There is something strange about two people's auras. Let me double check. Auspex real fast. Becoming disciplines Auspex. After a week of going up and down the crew, using your Auspex, spearing on everyone you can, two auras strike you as odd. In particular, what are their names? Go fast. Lila and Father Murdoch's auras both have a strange sparkle about them.
Oh no.
There you go.
I will warn, like, I'll call for meeting. And
Real
warn the other
fast.
people about it.
Please roll me intelligence plus occult to see what that means. Because you notice a phenomenon, you might not necessarily know what it means. Okay? You know what it means.
Knock on every door. Every door on teammate. The whole same team that we had the meeting the first time.
Can we just keep it to the four of us?
Too late.
Oh, God. Well, we don't have any spare rooms to meet in, so we're gonna have to meet in someone's room, so... Evelyn's just gonna tell, Camrutai to get in her room and tell the rest of them to go back to their rooms, and Benedict and Kristoff to tell them to come in.
Just slide right in then.
We have a problem. So, there are two magic users in this boat. One is Father Murdoch, another one is Lila.
What does that mean?
It means they're dangerous. Maybe this is what the star tried to warn us about. Maybe our conflict could be with them.
Father Murdoch?
Who's Lilac?
Lila
was a healer woman. She claimed her mother was a midwife and a herbalist.
I see.
like, we were not talking about like simple, shaman or tricks and stuff like that. Real magic.
What is real magic a threat to us? Are you saying they are aware?
Like actual witches, maybe?
So long as they have no cause to question us, then I do not see why it should be a problem.
Well, sure, but we have to be more careful around them, I suppose.
Yes, I'm doing my best to keep them unsuspicious of us.
I'll make sure
We-
of that.
We may need to vary the way that we feed. If you can make the bite marks less visible in a place that will be less noticeable than the neck. Vary it so that it is not an obvious pattern.
I haven't been feeding on any person. I would love to, but it's too risky.
Yes, well, at the rate the pigs are going, there may come a time when you're forced to, but for now, just be careful.
Yes.
Will do, and it's sure thing. Not much to do on the ship, anyways. We'll keep an eye. Not sure if, well, will have to point me out on who this person is. Lilac,
Um,
at least. I know the father.
Lila, she got red hair, blue eyes. She always wear this this hat, the little hat thing on her.
She wears
She wear
green.
greens and brown.
Mm.
That should be good enough. There's not many people wearing hats around here, apart from the sailors. But
About everyone on the ship is wearing a hat, actually.
I can point her out to you if she comes to visit the patients again.
Eyes and
Or
hair
if
is a dead
she,
giveaway, but
if she's at the next sermon, I can point her out to you.
Last I checked,
out of characters, this is a situation where the main characters are the only ones not wearing hats.
kinda. I'd say probably 2/3 of everybody on the ship's got a hat on.
oh, there's a lot of hats. Last I checked, she really believed that, those people were involved in unspeakable things, but I don't know how long that facade's gonna keep up.
Yes, that's why I said vary where you feed and try to conceal it if possible. It does leave a mark.
Will do.
Well, that is all I wanted to warn you about the magic users.
All right, we'll be on guard around them.
I will keep an eye.
Are there any other issues that anyone has encountered? Anything else anyone has noticed over the course of the days?
Not that I noticed. Everybody seems normal. Nothing that upsets them or anything.
Out of character. On which day is this meeting taking place?
Oh
So.
god, do I have a 7-sided die at hand? This would probably be towards the end of the week, actually. Because it would have taken Ken and I a while to gather that information.
This because of the week, but just Kristoff would have just taken the captain on his offer on the dinner and stuff, and just again just just trying to get a feel of the routine of people to see. So.
Oh, Christoph. I noticed you've been spending a lot of time with the captain. So I talked to the spirit of the ship, and in order for them to find peace, this ship has to sail the Pacific Ocean. Do you think that would, can you ask him if that would ever be possible?
I mean, I can definitely bring it up.
Yeah.
Would be better. Well, yeah, I can mention it.
Yeah. Like the ghosts that slept in this ship, they're good people. They're really helpful. So it would only be right if we help them find peace.
That'd be an interesting conversation, then. Definitely like to see where that goes.
Huh.
Out of character, how much blood can you get from a fish?
Depends on the size of the fish.
If we get some salmon.
Tuna?
Oh, tuna.
Got a lot of
Tuna's the huge
hemoglobin.
one.
Like
Yeah.
a tuna? like a big ass tuna.
Yes.
Let me double check here. and then try to compare that against like the size of a cow or a pig. Because I'd say a
Desperate
tuna's like
times.
halfway between like the size of a cow and a big ass pig. So I'd say like 4 blood points out of a tuna.
Oh, time for fishing.
I don't know if the tuna live in the deep ocean, though.
They do.
Oh.
Reach depths of 500 to 1,000 meters. Search for food. And the Arctic and tropical waters. Okay, I don't think we're in the Arctic or tropical waters.
Ah, fuck.
I mean,
Oh, they can live in a wide range of conditions and can be found in the Arctic and tropical waters. Okay, so they might be. We're in the Atlantic?
yeah.
I mean, what you really want is a whale, 'cause that's a lot of blood.
It might be a bit harder to butcher. We don't have a whaling ship.
Yeah, something like a flounder or a fluke or something like the size of something that would fit on your plate. Might have one.
Mm-hmm. Well, if we end up having to kill everyone on this ship, we can try.
Oh,
The
there's
drinking
yellowfin
whale.
tuna in Arctic Ocean. Yellowfin tuna.
Mm-hmm.
I mean Atlantic, not Arctic.
Atlantic. Yeah, no.
Yes.
I'm so glad you're turning to fishing.
I'm just trying to think of contingencies. So far this week, we've made 3 humans sick, 2 of whom are from herds, and we've killed 3 pigs. So it's not going super well.
If you'd like, you can jump overboard and go hunting fish.
I mean, if we get desperate enough. How do you get back up, though?
Or you could just go night fishing. You could try that.
Sure, why not?
Hell yeah.
Yeah. But Kristoff, you said you wanted to eat at the captain's table again. Would you like to play that scene out, or would you just like to say what you want to do and then roll some dice?
Do it. Play it.
Just,
Do it.
I mean, this happens before you gave me that message, so we just, just side talk overall.
Mm-hmm.
Just trying to get a feel for just bonding.
So there's a lot of so you're just trying to get chummy with him?
Yeah, there's gonna be.
Try to figure out what general rotation the crew gets on, right?
Yep.
Okay. Roll me real fast. Charisma plus expression, if you genuinely want to befriend this man. Swap that charisma with manipulation if you have ulterior motives.
The funniest part is that both rolls will be the same.
Wunderbar.
Nah, but it would be more on the. It's probably just trying to get a drinking buddy or something.
So you don't become famous friends, but he doesn't retract his invitation to his table. You find him decent enough company, but there are, for as many similarities and things that you agree upon, there's just as many things where you clash or butt heads. Makes for interesting conversation at the very least.
Drinking runs, let's go.
Does anyone attend the next service with Father Murdoch?
Yes, Evelyn will.
Christoph would too.
Yeah.
I'll start joining too.
So it's like a regular. I don't know if any of you have been to church before or have been lately. It's like a regular Christian church service, except a little perfunctory due to the neighboring smell from what is effectively a sty on the sea, and the tightness of the quarters. It's he talks like he talks about the trials and tribulations of being on the sea, compares it to like Jonah and the whale and Noah and the ark. Makes a few jokes about Noah having to deal with the stench as well. And then he works in a moment of silence to pray for those who are ill and to ask God that we don't join them. And then comes communion. And what's interesting is you are all allowed to give me a wits plus perception.
Let's do it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so Christoph and Evelyn. You remember that last time Father Murdoch gave one of his sermons. The first time that he ran out of wine.
Yep.
There's a bottle of wine that he is pouring for service. It's wine.
Is he using magic to make more wine?
Jesus.
Jesus has not aged well. Not like I remember you, hubby.
Good Lord. I'm sorry, that got me on a couple of levels here. Do you take communion at the service?
I mean, if it doesn't run out, then I have to, yes.
No,
I was hoping it would.
Mine.
I would refrain this time.
Okay. So you know how before you had to roll self-control. I believe I had it be self-control to stomach the food.
Mm-hmm.
I need you to roll me stamina this time.
Oh no.
Oh,
Where's stamina?
Just stamina. Unless you have what's that discipline? Not potence. What was it?
Merit?
Fortitude. If you have fortitude, add your fortitude dice.
Fortitude's a merit?
No, fortitude
Discipline.
is a discipline.
Discipline, okay. And
Yeah.
powers, yeah.
Vampiric super toughness.
So where's stamina? Where on the character sheet?
Body,
It's one of your attributes. Physical.
physical.
Right under dex.
Oh, okay. Can I use willpower?
You can.
I want to use willpower.
Okay. I'll describe it once everyone's rolled. who have partaken in the communion?
I didn't, and I tried to read his mind.
Roll me the mind reading. You get surface thoughts.
What's thinking?
Do you speak Latin?
No.
You hear a lot of Latin, and you see images of holy symbols, of Bible pages, of divine imagery in his mind. As you read his surface
praying?
thoughts. It feels like that, yeah. Something to that effect.
Ah, okay. Jesus, too strong.
So only Evelyn partook in
Yeah.
communion then.
Mm-hmm.
So Evelyn, you swallow the pebble that is the body of Christ, and then you drink the wine that is the blood of Christ, and what the fuck, it actually tastes like blood. And then it burns going down like you poured acid down your throat.
Interesting.
You manage to force down the searing pain as it hits your stomach and bubbles and burns for a second, and you don't take any aggravated damage.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Can I tell anything about it? Like, does it seem like it might be an illusion?
You may roll me... I'm gonna call this Wits plus Occult.
Okay. Oh, helps if I'm actually typing in the window.
Evelyn. I'm gonna take that first result. You're reminded of stories of what happens when a vampire encounters holy water?
Oh.
Or any other sanctified object blessed by true faith. It is powerful, it is repelling, and if the believer believes that it's strong enough, it can, in fact, harm a vampire. That comes to mind immediately upon having ingested this burning liquid.
The believer being him or me?
Him, in this case?
Okay.
Once the sermon is done, he'll go around and talk to you all, and he'll actually go up to Kemutai. Ah, hello. I don't recognize you from our first gathering of this little get-together. I'm Father Murdoch. I believe you are the final of our patrons, yes?
Good evening, Father. Yes, I usually rest in my room, but today, I want to know what is happening down here. Hey.
Aha. You're the woman from the Orient, yes?
Yes.
Might I have your name?
Oh, the name is Kemutai.
Well, Miss Ruti, I'm glad to have made your acquaintance.
The pleasure is mine.
Are you at all interested in our congregation and our faith? Or is this merely a, how do you say, curiosity for you?
I'm actually quite interested. Like, what keep people faith together? They seem much happier in this condition. I'm just glad to see that.
Well, the Christian God is a powerful being. He loves us all, and he protects us all. And in his flock we find brotherhood and community. If you are interested, this is... He looks over at Evelyn, a holy mission. We could discuss perhaps your faith and where your future lies.
Thank you, Father. I'll think about it.
He nods, and then nods over to Evelyn.
What is he thinking?
He's thinking, oh, something. It's it's along the lines of, oh, lovely, another soul to be saved. He's happy that you've come here, and he thinks he can save you.
Oh my god.
He's very optimistic about this journey. He thinks it's a little sad that those gentlemen were sick, but clearly the Lord's work is being done here today. Then there's a thought that crosses his mind. Christoph and Benedict didn't take communion. I'm going to talk to them about that. As he begins to go over to those gentlemen.
Before he goes over to them, Evelyn will just kind of get his attention and say, Father, last week you ran out of wine. I was impressed to find that you sourced some more.
Well, I happen to have I bought some boxes with me aboard the vessel. I had to go digging, but I was able to find a bit more, yes.
Oh, from your personal supply. That is very generous of you.
Well, one must be prepared for various things.
Well, I will do what I can to find some for you so that you need not deplenish your supply.
Oh, it would be very generous. I would accept such help, yes.
I'll see what I can find.
Cameron, you're still reading his service thoughts, right?
Yes.
They go from shit. What does she know? What is she implying here? Oh, good. Oh, good. That would be so much less work.
Okay. While Father is occupied with her, she will send an SMS to probably to Christoph. Telepathy, telling him take Benedict and leave now.
Okay, you are using high level aspects here. That's Benedict.
Is it? Yeah.
Benedict, what's your current willpower?
Oh, Christoph.
Oh, Christoph, what's your current willpower then? Right, you're getting Christoph to get Benedict. Yeah, right.
4.
4?
Wait. I mean, it might have replenished right now. So yeah, 4.
Oof.
Well then, I believe you managed to succeed.
Yeah, take Benedict and get out right now.
You may do a perception plus awareness roll, Christoph, to try and see if you know where this sudden voice, these images of getting Benedict the fuck out of here came from. But, you can tell, you recognize Cameron Ty's voice in your head.
What? Quite honestly, this is in his head. Quite honestly, this is probably the least weird thing that has happened so far. He goes to Benedict. Hey, you need to get out. Can't you just somehow freaking talk to me in my head?
Yeah, she does that sometimes. Yeah. Alright, well,
Yeah,
if
let's-
she says so.
Yeah, let's just go, I guess.
Yeah.
So, you two are sneaking out while Evelyn is talking to Father Murdoch. Give me a Dex plus Subterfuge.
Sorry.
4D apostrophe O. No, yeah, you both managed to like just quietly and discreetly remove yourself from the storage deck.
Out of character, one question.
Yeah.
How many doors or entrances are there to this storage deck?
There's 2.
2. God damn it. I will leave, but like wait on a corner or something.
One door that exits this way, and then stairs up, and one set of stairs that goes up. Actually, 3, I guess, because one goes to the brig, which is currently empty. But people will be going out those directions.
Alrighty, I will just wait on the shadows, just on this particular door, just...
Okay. What are you waiting for, might I ask? Or who?
Just to see where people goes where.
Right, most people go up the steerage and, actually, it's about an even split. Most go through steerage up to the main quarters. Some people use the stairs that go up and then to the secondary quarters.
Or well, let me specify then. I'll just see if dear father takes this way to go out from the
He
storage.
goes past you. And he leaves when there's like 4 or 5 people left down here. He definitely lingers longer than most.
Follow. Just to see where he stashes the wine.
If you follow him, he just goes up the stairs and heads into the bunks.
Just on Christoph's head. Huh. I could have sworn where did that wine came from? Well, it's not worth it. It's nothing out of the ordinary. And just go back to the
Actually,
quarters.
My mistake.
Mhm.
He does not go to the bunks. He goes to the private quarters. He knocks on the door to where Evelyn's herd member is.
Interesting.
Yeah. Does anyone... Did anyone linger in the hall or have their door open when after beating a hasty retreat from the sermon?
I would leave the door open a little just so I can listen in.
And
What's
Evelyn
plus
would have
perception?
checked on. Evelyn would have checked on them, but I don't know if she would have stayed.
Cameron, give me what's plus perception. Same with you.
A what
Evelyn.
plus? A what plus
Wits.
perception?
Sorry,
Wits.
perception is freaking D&D thing, so I keep jumping onto it. Wits plus alertness. Cameron, you don't have to notice anything wrong. Actually, wait, no, your specs lowers difficulties, so that you do notice Father Murdoch going to the hall. Evelyn, so do you. You notice him rapping on the door. After a moment, he is let in. He goes inside. Do y'all... You notice him going inside to the
Yeah, Evelyn
herd member's room.
will walk up to the door.
Is the door open? Close?
He closed it behind him.
I'll wait in my room, still looking at the hallway.
She'll knock gently, Father.
He opens it. Sister, I was, just going to pray with our friend here. Was not able to
Very
make the
generous.
mass. So, he smiles.
That's very generous of you. Would I be allowed to join?
Absolutely. And I think nothing of it. This gentleman is part of my flock for the moment. Be a poor shepherd not to offer him the comforts and ministrations of the church.
Yes. Well, in my years in the church, unfortunately, I have known pastors who have been less dedicated than yourself. It does not go unnoticed or unappreciated.
He puts a hand on her shoulder. Sister, we are together in a beautiful communion and song to the Almighty. To live a voice out in the cold, to be unheard and unlistened to, is a terrible thing to do. Come, let us seek to our compatriot.
Yes.
If you have the time, I know it's late. I will be doing the same to the other two gentlemen.
Boss.
Okay. So he sits and prays with them. Do you follow to each room?
Yep.
He offers and then sits and prays with the member of the general populace, that Kristoff bit. And then he does the same with the gentleman who Benedict, but from Benedict's herd. Okay. Does he do soup? Ah, dang it. You can tell I'm making notes because my hand is moving. I need to stop using the numpad. Yeah, cool. Eventually he departs. And yeah. Is there anything is there anything else anyone would like to do during the course of this week?
Find
Also,
some
for
wine.
hunting purposes, are you doing it all in one bulk thing at the end of the week, or are you hunting like night to night?
For mine, because I fed off two of my herd members, I would do one night and one another night a few days later.
Okay, cool. Because if there's nothing anyone would like to do for the week, other than like, I
I need to find some wine, but I'm not giving it to him yet.
I'll feed on the pig every couple days, so like they don't get sick too quick. Too many of them at the same time.
I guess I could also see if there's any supplies to try to fish.
There are
Yeah.
there are nets. There's some poles.
I can try that. I don't think I'd be very good at it as a physical thing.
I wanna go fishing too.
Okay. I'll get Benedict to fish for me. I'll supervise.
So Benedict, you're going fishing.
Yes.
Roll me dexterity plus. I'm gonna say animal cat. Actually, no. Survival. Survival is definitely what's at play here.
Okay.
You managed to pull up a like a flounder. Fish about the size of a dinner plate.
He shows it to Evelyn. Delicious.
It's a good size. It'll do.
One of the sailors on deck says, "Whew, not bad." Keeps walking on their patrol.
Thanks.
Guess I can get 1 point of blood from that, and then give the fish to the chef, or just throw it back.
So here's the sad part. It's a half a point of blood.
Okay. Can't do anything with that then.
No.
I mean, if you wanna keep fishing, it'll add up.
Can I keep
Can-
fishing?
Sure. Sure.
Yeah, try
Um,
fishing too. But any chance, just could you just wanna
Sure. Go
give
ahead.
the
The boys are gone fishing.
Do you
one as
night
well?
do you night fish each night of the week?
Yeah, mine as well, I guess. In between
Okay.
drinks.
Is it just
Like-
survival that you roll?
It's dexterity plus survival.
Dex and survival. I'll give it a try too, sure.
I hand over the fishing rod to you then, or net.
Evelyn, you managed to catch 2 fish.
Yay!
Um,
So that's one whole blood point.
that is a point of blood, yes.
Woo!
Oh my god!
Kristoff, so there's a bit of a kerfuffle, and a small crowd of the bored Marines and sailors gather around one night as Kristoff manages to pull in a what's that one fish? A sturgeon? Let me look at this. That's a fucking. No, you actually managed to pull in a swordfish.
Wow.
Yeah.
Damn.
It's a
Appropriate.
big ass fish. It has 2 blood points in it. There's a whole
Nice.
crowd of sailors, 3 or 4, like 4 or 5 guys, are just like, "Wow, that's a hell of a catch." Guess we're eating fish tomorrow. They chuckle about it. They help you with a couple of buckets to bleed the thing, and they butcher it, and they drag it to Mr. Benoit, who comes out of the galley, little blurry-eyed, just like, "You could not have got this in the morning? Now I have to butcher this and get it ready overnight, you piece of mad."
They say the fish are more active in the night and all that.
Yes, also, don't mind saying I'll put them in my car. I'll see. When you are out of sight, do you in fact drink the 2 buckets worth of fish blood?
I mean, I need it. Do you need it, Christoph?
I topped up with the 4 guys, so
Okay. If I can do it without being caught, then yeah.
Share some.
You just take the buckets to some quiet corner of the ship and down them, I guess, sure.
I'm full now. Of fish blood.
Right.
Uh,
So the hand of time moves forward. I'm gonna say yeah. It's a little silly, but in future you will be able to try to do fishing over the course of a week, if that's what you decide to spend your some of your downtime doing to try and supplement your blood supply.
better
I'll
than
figure
killing
out
pigs
some-
or people.
Yeah, I'll figure out some rules. But a week does eventually pass again. And let me roll for your sick people. Huh. Well, the ship has its first mortality.
oh no.
Uh-oh.
Who died?
It was one of the adventurous types.
No.
God damn it.
However, one of the missionaries feels better, and one of the random people feels better. Hey, unfortunately, Benedict, your herd is down by 1.
My loyal fans!
Yeah. One of them.
Do I know this?
One of them passed. Oh yeah, no, it's known. They are given a burial at sea.
Died of shame.
Like, do I notice an extra goes to the ship?
No.
Okay. Whew.
Yeah. But again, the hand of time moves forward, and another week has passed, and you have had to spend 7 points of blood to maintain your corporeal forms. And I ask one more time, how do you sustain yourselves?
Pink. I would ask for some fish blood though, but majority is pink.
Kimutai, would you like to go fishing to try and supplement your blood supply?
I'll ask one of brave men to do it for me.
You don't have any survival or
Oh, actually, yes, I do. What do I need
Survival
again?
and-
Survival and...
Survival and dex.
dex? Yeah.
She's gonna attempt it.
That's 2 successes. I'm gonna say you do manage to get a point of blood.
Yay!
With out of a few small fish here and there.
Yum yum yum.
Back to the pig.
Kimutai, how many pigs are you going to drink from?
That was a 2 points of blood, correct? So I need 5 more. I will nab one from each pig. That's 5 pigs.
Wait, you need no. Isn't it? No, it's not. Is it? Oh, I don't remember. Is it just for humans that it's not an increased risk of doing 2?
So if you do 2 from a pig, that pig's good as dead.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you want to drink from 5 different pigs.
Yes, just 1 each. And if any that don't feel any better during the week, just feed it to the cook.
I mean, you could just drink 3 points from one pig, kill it, and then.
Wouldn't that be sussy?
I mean, the whole thing is sussy. It just depends on what level of sussy you want to do. Because you could kill all 5 of them. If you kill all 5 of them, then the chef's gonna start saying, "Oh, there's disease. We need to cull them."
Okay, so I guess 2 pigs.
Okay.
Nom nom.
You're gonna fully drain 2 pigs?
Yeah.
That's 6 blood.
I only need 5. I'll ask if
You could just you could just drink 1 full pig and then take because that's 3 points, and then take 1 point from 2 other pigs.
Okay, then I'll do
I feel
that.
like that's kind of
Wait,
minimizing the
isn't-
risk.
For a week,
Okay.
it would be like 7 blood points, isn't it?
Yeah, but I drink 2 from the fish.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Just making sure. Go ahead.
Okay,
Nom, nom, nom.
That's 1 pig dead.
Yep.
Dang it, keep casting magic. I'm fucking doing it.
Please don't die, pig.
The other pig does not die.
Ah.
Can we make it look like the pig that died got trampled by the horse or something?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna toss that dead pig at the horse.
I don't know. I'm just trying to think of a
Roll
way to
me
make it less
Dex plus
suspicious.
subterfuge.
Dex and subterfuge.
Okay. Dex plus subterfuge. 60 10.
You managed to bash the pig around after exsanguinating it to make it look like it was bludgeoned.
I leave
like
the
it's got
body
some
close to the
broken ribs
horse.
and a caved-in head. Mr. Benoit does not bat an eye. He does not care. It's just a dead pig to him.
Cool.
Just
Go back to my
double-checking.
room and cry.
Just double checking. How many pigs did you drink from last time? The first week?
I think she's drank from 8.
8 total? Okay,
Mhm.
so that's gonna be...
Oh my god.
This week you drank from... 8 total,
3.
two died, so that's...
3 died last
5,
week.
that, okay,
3
that's
got sick.
6 out of the 6... Okay, yeah, I'm just making a note of how many are getting their blood back. Cool. So... I'm gonna ask Evelyn, how are you getting your blood?
How's my sick herd member is better now, right?
Yes.
Okay. I will see how much I can get from fishing, and Mary only got back 3 last 2. Wait, how much did Mary get back last time?
Not much. I'm telling you now, Mary is looking pretty bad.
Yeah, I'll get her to feed on one of my herd members, so she gets 2 points. So she's lost 14, and she gained back how many from the pig?
Last time I believe she got back. I'll tell you right now, she's at 1.
She's at 1.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, she needs to feed from 2 points from 2 of my herd members.
Okay.
So that would get her up to 5. And then I'll see what we can get from fishing. I'll try and get her to have some of that
Good
too.
news, she didn't frenzy and kill your herd members.
Yeah, good. Fuck. Oh dear, I need to keep track of her more. Okay, so 4 people have been fed on.
Mhm.
2 of them have gained 1 point back. So my herd is minus...
Oh, they didn't gain a point back. They're just not sick anymore.
They're just not sick anymore. Okay. So I'll say my herd is down 8 points.
Yeah.
And
Because
there's
last
10
week
of
you
them.
fed on 2 and she fed on 2, so that means 6 have been fed on now. Right?
Yeah, that sounds right.
Okay.
Wait, she fed on 2 and I fed on 2. That's 4.
Yes, and this week she fed on 2 more.
No, she didn't feed on any last week.
She didn't feed on any. Oh, she only ate pig last week.
That's why she was on 5.
Okay.
Why she's now on 5. She was on 1. Yeah, so 4 people have been fed on. Because I fed on 2 last week. She fed on 2 this week. That's minus 8 blood points. Okay, and then I'll see what we can get from fishing.
Go ahead and roll
And
me
then-
Dex and survival.
Dex and survival.
See, just see how you do generally over the course of the week.
Yeah.
Well, actually, fuck it. She'll fish a little herself.
Cool.
Keep dropping dice.
Can I use willpower too?
I'll allow it. So that's 3 successes. You managed to get, I'll say 2 blood points back. Mary does fishing of her own. She managed to get 1 blood point out of it.
Woohoo. Okay, so Mary's now on 6. Still very low. I'm on 10.
Fortunately, a fair amount of this story arc will be bookkeeping with your blood.
Yeah. I'll get Mary to feed on another member of my herd.
Okay. So that'll bring her up to 8. and it will bring your herd down to 5 people who've been fed on.
Yep.
And that's 2 people who need to be tested this week.
And I'll just be hungry.
No one in your herd gets sick.
Yay.
Kimotai, you were just training on pigs.
Yep.
Kristoff, how are you getting yourself fed?
I mean, there's apparently some potential of being a fisherman in the future, so might as well try that again.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5 successes. That's gonna be, I'm gonna say 3 blood points back over the course of the week from fishing.
It's okay. Let's just pull the same antics and try to buy two, not the same persons, but you know.
Yeah. 2 people in general.
Just same modus operandi basically. Just
Yep.
instead of their necks, just I don't know, wrist or just.
Go ahead.
Not biting people between the toes.
I thought about like what the no.
Just biting someone's ankle.
Just lay low and yum.
You are capable of feeding on however many people you wish. You are stealthy enough to do so.
Just two blood points.
Okay.
So 3 is yeah, two blood points for each.
Let's set it to 4. And then I'll bring that up to... I'll just test those guys right now, because why not? Not sick? Not sick. Okay.
Let's go.
Benedict. Unfortunately, a member of your herd has passed. Bad.
Yeah. Man, I only had 3 of them.
Could try to recruit
Actually,
Come
hold
more.
on,
on a
dice.
No, they have advantage on... My bad. They have advantage on their getting sick, getting better rolls, because you still have large amounts of good food. I remember writing that rule down. Okay, they're not dead.
Hell yeah.
Swordfish saved
is,
them.
Your herd is
Let's
still
go.
at max size. But, you know, 2 have still been fed on. 3.
How much blood can it take from them right now, though?
You can take 3 blood from a person before they start immediately suffering side effects. 2 would be me rolling 4 dice to see if they get sick.
Okay.
No one's had enough time to gain any blood back yet, though.
Yeah. So they all have like 1 worth, I think, right now.
One guy.
And-
You haven't fed on one guy yet.
Oh, I haven't?
Yeah, you fed on. You fed on 2 members of your herd, not all 3. No, you did do all 3. Right. You
Yeah, I did
So
do
they're
all 3, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So they are all currently only having 1 in them.
Can I just feed on some random passengers?
You can. How do you hunt? How do you get these people alone?
What method would Benedict use? I'll just ask for them for their help for carrying some cargo or something.
Okay. That's gonna be manipulation plus subterfuge.
Okay. Manipulation. Sorry. I hate this game.
Yeah, well,
Unfortunately, you are not able to get anyone to come help you with cargo.
Guys, come on. I need
why are
help.
you moving
My
cargo?
muscles.
You're not crew.
Oh man, my muscles are tired. Can I still go fishing?
Yeah, sure.
Thanks, man.
Yep. Go ahead and roll me Dex and Survival. You do not manage to fish up any fish.
Man, this game sucks.
No.
Man, I'm hungry.
There's always the pigs.
Ah. Yeah, can I take from the
You can
pigs?
absolutely drink from the pigs. How much are you drinking?
I'll take 1 blood point from like 4 of them.
Okay. That's a live pig. That's a live... Oh, actually, no, that's a dead pig. That's a live pig. That's a dead pig, so 2 more pigs die.
Okay. So when they die, can I take the rest of their blood anyway?
I don't think you can drink after they're dead.
Okay.
Yeah. You have to drink from a living source. Actually, there is a rule that says that old blood is not as potent. It's still potent. I'm going to say you can get half of it out of them. So that's 2 dead pigs that had 2 blood left each. So that's 1 more each.
Okay. That's 2 blood points more. Okay.
Yep.
Works
I'm
out
gonna
for me.
roll Mr. Benoit's suspicion, though, of the pig population.
Oh.
Because this is another week where 3 pigs died.
Mm-hmm.
So... So all 4 of you get a knock on your door one night?
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit.
He asks you all to meet him in the galley.
We'll do so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I appreciate you all with your angling skills and what have you, and all of the extra food you have been giving to the galley. The men, they are very happy, especially with the high quality rations that you purchased in Arbor, but it's about the pigs. 2 weeks in a row, 3 of them dropped dead. 1 of them was kicked by a horse, but 2 of them died of the same sort of crap as the first 3 did.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Now, this is not a good sign, eh?
How many more pigs are in that area with the ones that died in the same manner?
In that pen, about 14 are still alive. I'm attempting to have the doctor go see if they're healthy or not. Because killing 14 pigs, that's a lot of dead pigs.
Well,
But I'm gonna get some. Part of me doesn't even want to carve these up and feed them to the men, but I can't find anything wrong with them. Just that's dead and suspicious.
I'm not familiar with how well, pigs usually fear on sea travel. It's really not my
They shouldn't
area
be
of
dying
knowledge.
off this fast. Pigs are very hardy animals.
Hmm. Could there be something that we could improve about the pin, perhaps?
That's the thing. You know the saying, happy as a pig in shit?
Hmm.
They should be fine. We can change all the strains of bedding they have. That might help, but the conditions should be fine for them.
Let's try that first before we make any further measures, more drastic measures.
Well, I'll have someone go down and well, let's just say someone's going to be pulling the short straw.
Hmm. We're very early into the journey. It would be a terrible loss if we had to cull them all.
Indeed. Not even done with the first leg.
Yes. Thank you for bringing this to our attention.
He nods. And that's what I'm going to call it for tonight.